crank up the engines. We're celebrating 175 years of Case. We'll experience the evolution of Case and visit with collectors from across the country, all gathered at the big Albert City Thresherman Show. So now, let's catch Classic Tractor Fever. Hello and welcome to Classic Tractor Fever on the road. I'm Brian Baxter coming to you from Albert City, Iowa, and the 47th Annual Albert City Threshermen's and Collectors Show. We're here celebrating 175 years of Case. It was 1842 when J.I. Case founded his company that still has tremendous fan base around the world yet today. So we're going to focus our time today on Case. We'll head to the big tractor parade, we'll go in the field to experience the evolution, and we'll visit with friendly Case collectors from all across the USA. There are folks from all over the country and all over the world that have come to Albert City for the celebration of Case's 175th anniversary. We met a gentleman from England who came here, some folks from Canada, and Marty Mercer, you're from North Carolina, a long way to come. What'd you bring with you?
I brought a 1936 Case RC row crop tractor.
Tell us a little bit about this tractor. How did it come into your possession?
Well, I saw it for sale in Pennsylvania. Me and my wife took the trip up there, a one-day trip, loaded it up, brought it home.
What made you want the RC?
I've always been an avid Case collector with some other models I've had, but the RC with a little Waukesha engine seemed like a cute little engine and easy to operate.
These were the days before there was really much Case orange out there, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, and I understand they painted these a lighter color to distinguish them differently from the C models and the L models of those eras.
So a light gray in the middle 1930s for Case. Tell us how this one is set up, especially that front wheel is a little bit different.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different combinations there that they had. The single front wheel, pneumatic wheel is a little rare with the steering over the top. Obviously you can adjust the rear wheels to accommodate your rows and different, whatever crop you might have had. That's pretty much what they're for, row crops.
And talking about the wheels, those rear ones are kind of heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, they're solid cast and they're three-piece, and you have to split them in order to get a tube in or out or whatever, and it takes 3 men and a boy to handle one of them things.
Or a helpful wife, right?
That's right, and I have a very helpful wife.
So tell me, those wheels, I think they weigh, what, around 1,000 pounds?
Oh, probably not that, but I don't know what they weigh. At least a good 500. They're heavy, and purposely they're that way to help the weight of the tractor.
And then tell us about the tires on the back, or actually tires all the way around. Look like they might date from 1936.
Yeah, I believe the rears are original. When I had a tube put in, one of them just before the show, the man showed me the tube that was in it, and he could tell just by the material, the rubber that was in there, that there was an original tube. Also, the type of material back then was a lot heavier than they use nowadays.
And how about the power for the Case RC in the middle 1930s? Tell us a little bit about the engine.
The little four-cylinder Waukesha, little flathead, is, I understand, about 11 horsepower to draw a bar, which isn't much, but it's enough as long as you get it geared right, and 16, 17 at the pulley, I guess. The engines were produced in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and the tractors assembled in Racine, where the rest of them were in that day.
I'm imagining there were lots of farmers who put the horses out to pasture and bought an RC and went farming with it.
Yeah, I think it was a good transition back in the day from horses to the tractors with something smaller like this. Case wanted something smaller than the L, smaller than the C, just to accommodate a smaller farm.
So how did you get Case in your blood?
Well, the first antique tractor I bought was a 36 Case CC, and it was on from there. And I watched Classic Tractor Fever all the time, and I blame you guys for some of this.
All right, we'll take part of the blame, but you came to the show, you bought the T-shirt too, and you even outfitted your dog with a Case shirt. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we've got a little min pin, and she weighs not even 5 pounds, and we dressed her up a little bit. She's a hit of the show.
Gotta like those Case orange shirts and the Case shirt on your dog. Tell us a little bit about your impressions so far here at Albert City. More than 500 Case tractors gathered for this big celebration.
Yeah, it's I've never seen anything like it in my lifetime. Another 25 years, I don't know if I could wait that long to see another one, but I think they've covered every Case product that pretty much old Jerome had thought up in the day, but they are all here, let me tell you.
And your RC tractor, getting to drive it around out in the open spaces here in western Iowa, what's the feeling for you?
It makes you feel like what it might have been in the day, bumping around in the fields and this and that, but instead of just driving around on pavement like I usually do, up and down off a trailer, it makes you think about what the farmers had to do back in the day.
All right, appreciating the history of Case tractors. Marty, thanks so much for sharing the story of your Case RC.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Brian.
All right, Marty Mercer, he, his wife, and his dog all have classic tractor fever. We've got people from all over the world really coming to Albert City, Iowa for the 170